Hey, hi, today's the 22nd of June, almost my birthday. It is my birthday month, and this has been one rockin' hot month. There are lots of good things happening for all of you. Thank you for coming by my YouTube site, Tori Magoo 44, in honor of my father. Magoo was his nickname, and his football number was 44 in the Chicago Cardinals. So there you go. For anybody who missed my Escape series, it is farther down about it. I think a year ago I did the Escape series, but there's a whole series of 1 to 10 on how I escaped out and everything. So if you missed that, definitely check it out. This video is going to be about the Scientology executives. This is kind of an interesting story. They have a video that they made years ago when I was in called We Stand Tall, right? And it's a video about how they're standing tall, and it's all the executives, and they're there, and actually, a few of them are definitely out. Marty, Rathbun, Mike, Rinder are out and very much speaking out and helping people get out, who were very, very up with David Miscavige, who runs the church. The other ironic thing is the rest of the executives in there, except I think Mark Fisher is in the video, and he's out also. But the rest of them are all basically chained up out in Hemet, California. Which a ton of people from other countries go, how could this happen in America, where people can literally be locked into a building? And we actually got the local officials to go there and check it out. Of course, they said, we're here on our own determinism. We want to be chained up. They're not chained up. They're locked in a building. They can't come out. And I actually talked to Claire Headley, who was in the SP Hall, is what they call it. SP for suppressives, which are their evil people, which I am and very proud of being. But anyway, David Miscavige took all these executives who used to run the Church of Scientology and basically has them locked up in the SP Hall. Now they have, most of you have probably heard of the RPF, which is the Rehabilitation Project Force, which is sort of like a slave camp they have for Sea Org members. Now people say, how could that happen? How could you, Tori, go along with them knowing there was an RPF? You have to understand how they run it, right? Because they for all these things, they have a little way of pushing it through so it sounds like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You have to understand, for we the public, I was in the Sea Org, routed out because of epilepsy, then was on staff. They canceled non-Sea Org member staff, so then I basically ended up volunteering along with OSA, helping them in the PR area, right? Out talking to people, stuff like that, for on and off for years. And I worked and stuff like that. Was an auditor, trained auditor, got up to OT7, finally escaped out. And literally almost 11 years ago, in July, 11 years ago. Yay. But, okay, so now this video, We Stand Tall, which at the time it was all the top executives in the church and David Miscavige. Now 3 of them are out majorly, and a ton of them are locked up in the SP Hall. Now with the RPF, just to finish that, what happens is when you're in Scientology, you see the Sea Org around you. They're working all the time, 24 hours a day. They never get any auditing. They never get any time off. They're working all the time. So finally they get sent to the RPF, and you're kind of like, really? They're going to the RPF? And they're like, it's really not as bad as you think. Because half of the day they're doing physical labor, which is okay, which in Hubbard's thing was like, physical labor is a good thing, because it, whatever. He had his own little policies on physical labor, always making it good, right? It isn't a slave thing. It's, you're getting to get physical labor, and that's good for you, right? And the other half of the day, they did what they called co-auditing, which is like, you'd audit me, I'd audit you, right? And it's back and forth. And I did a lot of co-auditing myself, and it works really well. And I thought, well, it's true, because it was one of my things that upset me for years, was that the Church of Scientology the Sea Org never got any auditing. So I thought, well, at least when they're on the RPF, A, they can get away from all this Nazi stuff, and B, they can co-audit. So in a way, it sort of makes sense when you're in. You don't really hear the horror stories of all the other stuff that happens with them. I mean, a little bit, but not really. Nothing like what you people know. And of course, they can't read and look and listen or anything like that. So that's all stopped too. So now, this video has gotten out on the internet. We Stand Tall. Some of them are out, and the rest of them are basically locked up in the SP Hall. So it's getting more and more hits, and it's up to, one of my friends just told me it's now got 385,000 hits on it. So I'm going to put the link to We Stand Tall here, and I want all of you to please click on it and pass the link along and get other people to click on it. We want it to just rock on out so that it really, really gets shown, okay? Because it's the epitome of, that's what the Church of Scientology has turned into. These are all their people that are standing tall, and they're either out or they're locked up. That's it, except for Miscavige. He's the only person. That's it. So will you do that for me? I'm going to put the link in here. Go to it. Click on it. You can watch it or not. But all those guys, that's what I've told you, they are. And then pass the link on to your friends, too, so we can really get this thing rocking, okay? All right, and I love you guys. I'm going to make another video soon. In the meantime, have a fantastic day tomorrow, and peace out.